Greetings, captains, and welcome to this Prepar3D video. I have recently received numerous requests to do a flight and show the Autoland capability of the PMDG 737 700 or 800. So today we're going to be flying the Alitalia on board the PMDG 737 700, and we're going to be flying from Athens to Pisa in Italy. And hopefully by the end of the flight you'll be able to perform a complete Autoland where the aircraft lands itself on the runway. So without further ado, let us go ahead and prepare the aircraft for departure. Alright, so we are at stand Bravo 09 at Athens, and let's go ahead and prepare the aircraft for our departure. So the battery is on, emergency light is armed, left forward fuel pump is on, and let's start the APU. And in the meantime we can configure a few things here as well. Let's set the parking brake, and let's head over here to the FMC and fuel. So today we're going to need 17,000 pounds of fuel for our trip, and that's done. And what else do we need to do here? Let's go ahead, you know what, let me just slightly change this here so we can see better. Yep, that's much better. Okay, and ground connections, let's remove everything. And doors, let's go ahead and close the door, and everything else should be fine. Alright, let's check on our APU here. Looks like APU is now it's available. Alright, and we can set this on nav. Yaw damper can go on. Seat belts and non-smoking signs can go on. Window heat can go on. And we are pretty much ready. Let's go ahead and set this to 340, which is our final cruising altitude for this flight today. Alright, we're ready to start programming the FMC now. You know what, I think it's a good chance for us now to listen to the ATC, so let's do that.
International Airport information. Papa. Weather at 1500 Zulu. Wind 262 at 2. Visibility greater than 20 miles. The condition 2,700 view. 6,200 scattered. Temperature 15. Dew point 13. Altimeter 1019. ILS runway 21 left in use. Landing departing runway 21 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have, Papa.
Alright, so there isn't really anything to worry about for our departure. Winds are 2 knots at 262 degrees, which is perfectly fine. And our destination today is Lima, India, Romeo, Papa. And we activate and execute. And then let's go to our departure and arrival. So we are going to be departing runway 21 right according to our plan. And it's the Pika 2 Golf departure, and we execute that, and then we are going to be arriving into Italy at the, you know what, I'm gonna check our plan here just real quick to make sure. The Ibri 1 Lima, okay, so that's the one there, and we're gonna arrive ILS 04 Right. That's fine. We'll just do 04 right. And let's check our legs page. We clear the disco and execute. And well, what else is there? Alright, so let's go to performance and enter our zero fuel. Reserves, cost index 35, and final cruising altitude today is 340, and the wind is 262 at 04 degrees. Oops, 262 at 02 knots. Sorry, 262 degrees 02 knots. So that's done. And that's fine, so we can execute that. The outside ambient temperature is 16, and we will derate our takeoff since we're not full load today. Takeoff flaps 5 for departure. Center of gravity, trim is 4.85. Oops, come on. There we go. V1, we rotate, and V2 is 131. Let's set 131. And arm the auto throttle. Flight directors can go on. And we will get the initial altitude from ATC. So everything here looks pretty okay to me. Alright, let's go ahead and just check the doors. Okay, the doors are closed. Okay, it looks like we are now ready to depart. So let's set this on climb. And we are pretty much ready to go, so let's go ahead and get our clearance.
Clearance, Alitalia 356 at gate Bravo 9 IFR 2 Lima, India, Romeo Papa, with information Papa.
Alitalia 356 clear to Lima, India, Romeo Papa. Departure via Delta Papa, clear to flight level 320. Go 4654, departure frequency 123.6.
Departure via Delta Papa, clear to flight level 320, squawk 4654, departure on 123.6. Alitalia 356.
Alitalia 356, read back on it, ground control 121.75 when ready to taxi.
121.75. Alitalia 356, good day. Ground, Alitalia 356 at gate Bravo 9, ready to taxi.
Alitalia 356, standby. Alitalia 356, Roger, taxi to holding point. Runway 21 left, using taxiway, Echo, Charlie, Delta, Delta 13.
Stand by for pushback.
Echo, Charlie, Delta, Delta 13. Holding point, runway 21 left, Alitalia 356.
Ground, easy 2605, ready to taxi.
Locking gear cap. Alright, looks like we need to make a change.
Taxi to runway 21 left.
Taxi to runway and hold. Runway 21 left, easy 2605.
Captain, ground crew here. Departure check is complete. No gear steering disconnected. Bypass pin is release parking brakes. Okay, so ATC has given us a different release parking brakes. They've given us a different runway for departure, and I should have probably done that in the beginning because that's what we got from ATC.
Parking brakes.
Alright, parking brake
Okay,
released.
here we go. You're clear behind the aircraft and safety start engine leading for discretion.
Ground control, AGN 363, ready to taxi.
AGN 363, taxi to runway and hold. Runway 21 left.
Taxi to runway and hold. Runway 21 left, AGN 363.
Right, let's go ahead and give it some fuel here.
Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brake set. Right, let's start the engine number 1.
Unlocking gear. Tow vehicle disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Nose wheel steering is working.
Alright, let's go ahead and set our flaps. Flaps 5 for departure today.
And Captain, left is clear, right is clear. We're all clear behind the aircraft.
Alright, good stuff. So we are ready to go. Let's turn on our gens. And probe heat can go on. This one's already on. Let's see here. Packs can go on. Isolation valve to auto. The APU now, APU bleed can be turned off. And we can turn off the APU. And taxi lights on. Anti-collision lights should have been on before engine start, but that's fine. Okay, and engine to ignition to continuous. And now we are ready to taxi. Okay, let's release the parking brake. And let's go. Alright, so we're taxiing to the runway now for departure. I am using AI traffic, and I'm also using a custom ATC program called PF3. Just kind of to spice things up a little bit for you guys and make it sound a little more realistic. There's an EasyJet flying taking off.
Alitalia 356, contact tower on 118.62.
118.62. Alitalia 356 today.
Alright, let's go ahead and turn the lights.
Tower
taxi off.
Alitalia 356, runway 21 left, ready for departure.
Okay, we are ready for departure now.
Alitalia 356, wind 260, at 2, runway 21 left, clear for takeoff, Delta, Papa, departure, clear to right level 320.
Roger, clear for takeoff, Delta, Papa, at flight level 320, Alitalia 356.
Right, we are cleared for departure now, captains. Let's go ahead and get lined up here. Right, we are lined up with the runway. Let's bring it to about 40%. And 2 go.
V1.
And rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Alitalia 356, contact departure on 123 decimals.
123 decimal 6. Alitalia 356 today.
Alright, let's begin retracting the flaps. LNAV is active. Let's engage the
Departure.
autopilot.
Alitalia 356 is with you. Out of 1500 for flight level 320.
Alitalia 356, roger, radar contact to NH1019.
Right.
Alitalia 356, resume all navigation.
Resume all navigation. Alitalia 356.
Right, I think
Alitalia 356, climb to flight level 340.
Right, we've been cleared to our final cruising altitude now.
Roger, out of 3500 for flight level 340. Alitalia 356.
And now we can retract the flaps. And engine ignition can go to off.
EC2605, turn right heading 305.
Right 305, easy 2605.
Jordanian 106, turn right heading 295.
Right heading 295, Jordanian 106.
Alright, so we are now climbing to 340. We've been cleared by ATC for our final cruising altitude today of 340. And the weather is pleasant here in Athens. I expect no surprises as we continue our flight to Italy.
Alitalia 356, contact control on 123 decimal 95.
123 decimal 95. Alitalia 356.
Looks like there is a restriction here of 10 knots. So as soon as we clear this in about 12 nautical miles, we should begin accelerating. In reference to Autoland, there are a couple of things that you need to make sure they are configured sort of in the settings of the aircraft itself. So if you go to the FMC and you click on menu and you go to PMDG setup and then you go to aircraft equipment, make sure that the MCP type selected is the Collins MCP. That's the first thing. The next thing is you need to make sure that Autoland is on fail op. Fail passive will still provide Autoland capability, but in passive mode you have to steer the aircraft left and right. It will Autoland with the flare, but you'll have to steer the aircraft left and right to land on the runway. With fail op, it's the full Autoland where the aircraft just simply lands itself on the runway. Alright, so we've begun our turn and we are out of the restriction area now. So the aircraft should begin accelerating now and we should continue to our final cruising altitude of 340 for our flight. Alright folks, we are about 500 feet from our final cruising altitude today of 340 and everything appears to be okay at the moment. Beautiful flying over Athens and Greece in general. Is just a beautiful island to fly over. Alright, so the approximate time for our arrival into Italy today is just under 2 hours. And let me just take a quick look here at the FMC. So we've reached our cruising altitude now. And yeah, we should be fine. We'll maintain 340 until top of descent. I'm not sure what the infatuation is with the Autoland feature. I've received so many requests to do in a flight with Autoland, both for the PMDG 737 and for the 747 in X-plane, which I'm probably going to do next, and we'll pick, a short route just to show you the, how to Autoland the 747 in X-plane. All right, folks. Well, looks like it's going to be a calm flight to Pisa. So I will let you guys sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and I'll see you just right after we're close to Italian airspace. Enjoy the flight. Welcome back, captains. Just a quick update for you as we enter Italian airspace. We are now about 35 minutes from our destination, and we should begin our descent shortly. Everything appears to be in our favor. There are no strong winds, a few scattered clouds in the area, but nothing too serious. It's a beautiful evening in Italy, and we should arrive into our destination as per the schedule. Welcome back, captains. I have just received clearance from ATC to descend to flight level 310 at pilot's discretion. Let's check real quick here. We are 48 nautical miles from top of descent, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin the preparation for our approach. Let's reset the MCP altitude to 310. That's the altitude that ATC has cleared us to at pilot discretion. So we will begin the descent at in about 45 nautical miles from now. And let's go ahead and check our ILS frequency. So before that, let's do flaps. So flaps 30, 126 plus 5 knots for wind correction. That gives us a final VRF speed of 131 knots today. So 30 and 131 knots. The ILS frequency is 109.7, and we need to set those in both nav radios for Autoland. So 109.7, and we'll make this the active, and 109.7, and we'll make this the active as well. And now we need to enter the course, which is 035. The same thing on the other side, 035. And now we are pretty much ready for our descent and approach. Right, so let's check. Okay, so 30 nautical miles from top of descent. What we can do is we can begin our descent 10 nautical miles before the actual top of descent point. That should give us plenty of time to descend to the final approach altitude today of 3,000 feet. Okay, so that's what we'll do. 10 nautical miles before the calculated top of descent. We will begin our descent, as we have already been cleared by ATC. Okay, well, I've received further instructions now from ATC to begin the descent. So we have now begun our descent to flight level 310, and we will await further instructions from ATC as we progress through our descent approach into Pisa.
Alitalia 356, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Out of flight level 320 for flight level 210, Alitalia 356.
Victor Lima Go 6876, descend and maintain flight level 150.
Descend and maintain flight level 150, Victor Lima Golf 6876.
Robo Control, Taram 417 with you, level flight level 280.
Bravo 417, roger.
So I've adjusted our vertical speed, I think 1,000 feet per minute. I don't think it's going to cut it. So I've adjusted the vertical speed, and as soon as we reach about 26,000, I think we should be safe. As you can see, we are still too high for our current position. But we should be able to correct this as we progress through our approach. I think I like this ATC program. It works as a replacement to the built-in ATC of P3D. It works really well. It sounds really good. But of course, nothing replaces online ATC, which is the ultimate, ultimate experience, is when you're talking to real people. But I think for those of you who feel a bit intimidated about online flying, I think this provides a good alternative. All right, let's see where we are. We are 27,000 feet, and yeah, we are too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase our vertical speed to 2300 now.
Alitalia 356, descend to flight level 120.
Right, so we've been cleared to
out of flight level 215 for flight level 120, Alitalia 356.
Yeah, we've got about 46 nautical miles before we reach the decel point. So let's take a quick look here at our plan. Yeah, so we need to descend to about 12,000. I think we're going to be clear to 3,000 right before we reach Charlie India 0 Romeo X-ray. So hopefully by then we'll be able to...
Roma Control, easy 2900, out of flight level 240.
Roger, easy 2900.
So hopefully we'll be able to clear that altitude. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce our speed to 250 knots.
Alitalia 356, descend and maintain flight level 100.
Alright, flight level 1000.
Out of flight level 135 for flight level 100, Alitalia 356.
Alitalia 356, descend to flight level 70.
Out of flight level 115 for flight level 70, Alitalia 356.
Alright, so we're actually doing okay at the moment. We're still pretty high, but hopefully we should be fine.
Alitalia 356, descend and maintain 3000 and H1015.
Okay, 3000. That's
out of flight level 80 for 3000 on 1015, Alitalia 356.
That's our final approach altitude.
Alitalia 356, contact approach on 123.5.
123.5, Alitalia 356 day. Approach Alitalia 356 with you, out of flight level 70 via B, India, Bravo, Romeo, India 1, Lima, approach IFR.
Roger, Alitalia 356. Alitalia 356. Reduce speed to 250.
250, Alitalia 356.
Alright, looks like we're going to be just fine for our approach. We need to be at 3,000.
Victor Lima, Golf 6876, turn left heading 015.
Everything appears to be
Left
fine.
heading 015, Victor Lima, Golf 6876.
Victor Lima, Golf 6771, turn right heading 120.
Right heading 120, Victor Lima, Golf 6771.
Alright, so I think what we can do is we can arm the speed brakes for our approach. Alright, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reduce our rate of descent. We're almost there. So we'll take it to 1,000 feet per minute now. And I'm going to start reducing our speed. Let's decrease our range.
Victor Lima, Golf 6771, turn right heading 065.
Now I know
Right
ATC
065, Victor Lima, Golf 6771.
ATC will probably complain about that, but let me reduce to 210 knots.
Alitalia 356 at Uniform November, Papa India, Victor maintain 3000. Clear to final for runway 04 left at pilot's discretion. Contact tower on 119.1 when established.
Until established on final for runway 04 left, tower on 119.1 when established. Alitalia 356.
Alitalia 356, reduce speed to 140.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do now. Let's go ahead and
140,
engage
Alitalia 356.
Command 2. And we're going to now go to flaps 5. Let's reduce speed to 152. And we are actually on the glide slope. So what I'm going to do now is that's the runway. That's the runway right there. So what I'll do...
Tower, Alitalia 356 at 9 miles to the southwest at 2,500 IFR landing.
Alright, so...
Alitalia 356, continue. Approach your number 2 for landing.
Flaps 15.
Continue approach number 2 for landing. Alitalia 356.
Let's reduce speed. You know what? I don't think I remember our approach speed, so let me check. So it's 131. Okay. Now as you can see, I have the second command.
Alitalia 356, winds 090 at 7 UNH 1015, cleared to land runway 04 left.
Clear to land runway 04 left. Alitalia 356.
By the way, we're actually going to land on 04 right. That's what I have programmed in the FMC. As 04 left does not have an ILS, so that's the whole purpose of the flight, so that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and reduce our speed to 140. Alright, as you can see now, land 3 appears here. Okay, and that means that the aircraft will practically land itself on the runway. Alright, let's make sure everything's okay. Speed brake are armed. That's on 2, that's fine. And let's reduce to our final approach speed of 131. Alright, flaps 30.
1,000.
131. Looks like there is an aircraft here on the runway still. Yeah. Now, when you're in Autoland, the auto throttle will disengage on its own as soon as we land. So let me just prepare here for our touchdown. Here we go.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Touchdown.
Victor Lima Golf 6771 vacate runway at next available taxiway. Contact ground on 121.6 when clear of the active.
Next available taxiway, contact ground when clear of the active. Victor Lima Golf 6771.
Alright, and manual braking.
Alitalia 356 exit runway left. Next available taxiway. Contact ground on 121.6 when clear of the active.
Exit runway left onto the ground on 121.6. Alitalia 356 today.
And welcome to Pisa, captains. We have made it safely, and as you can see, the aircraft pretty much landed itself
Ground
on the runway.
Alitalia 356, clear of the active runway.
Alitalia 356, hold your position.
Alright, let's take a look at our landing. Well, folks, the landing, of course, was a smooth landing. I don't take any credit for it, of course. It was the magic of Autoland. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that I have pinpointed what needs to be done in order to perform an Autoland with the PMDG 737. Captains, until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.